Okay, let's try that again, shall we? There we go. That's better. Just give me a sec. It seems to have forgotten my microphones and things. That's kind of a drag, right? Want that one, thanks. Here we are. That's better. So let's try that. Yeah. And I'm going to need to go into Windows, naturally, and change. Oh, okay, yeah. Everything's all screwed up. Properties. Let's, yeah, we'll turn that off. Mirrorbox here. Properties. Okay, deactivate. Activate. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put that back in. There we go. Oh, just a bit of weirdness to get started on the stream, right? Sound settings, and where's my microphone? Device properties. Yeah. And there we go. That should fix that. Testing. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Alrighty. Is there anything else I need to fuss with here? That's okay. That should be working now. And then what we got here? Smelter proficiency's gone up. Cool. All right. Let's go here and there we go. And now we want to unmute A2. So there we go. That should be back here. Yep, okay, that's working. Very good. That's okay. Because why would anything be easy, right? All right. All right. Rearrange a couple things here real quick. Where are we going to put this? Here for now. Shouldn't bump it there. All right. Alrighty. Okay, so let's get started here. Yes, okay, that is turned on. Huh, I wonder why that was turned off. Nope. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, no, do not launch. I'm way low on fuel. Okay, now. Okay, now I remember what I'm supposed to be working on before I go back down to the planet. Fuel tankage. I've got a fuel tank over here, which I eventually need to make look like a fuel tank. You're a fuel tank, yes? Yes, you're a fuel tank. Okay. Right. And the fuel hub is up here, if I recall correctly. Yes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is grab this. Oops. Okay, so, build mode first. I'm going to run this over here. So it's going to be a little bit easier to work on. We'll just tack it there. Well, it's plugged into this thing. Okay, that's actually not that interesting. Okay, so I've got room for 23,000 liters of fuel. That's 4/8. Yeah, okay. And then, so, okay, construct, reapply rights. That's the first thing. Now, I need, what, 3 transfer units? Oh, thank you. Good morning, Lord Dragon. Good to see you. Appreciate you saving me for myself. Okay, equip. Wow, I'm clumsy today. Okay. 1, tool, 3, and no Tootsie Rolls. Okay. All of these are going to empty to here. Like so. Right. And then all of them are going to feed from over here, is it? That one's empty. It's this one here. So you go there, you go there, and you go here. All right. Okay, so now, run over here, F, configuration, doable only. First off is Nitron, apply, 8,000 liters, please, it's gonna be 7,500 liters. Let's copy that, there we are. And this one here is Xeron, same answer, keep 7,500 liters in stock. And then this one over here. And that's Kurgan X3, apply. Okay, and this is rename, and this is fuel pump 1. Dash N, copy, rename. This is going to be O2 dash X, and this one will be renamed O3 A3. Okay, there we are. So we will happily fill our fuel tank up. And that is well, you know something? Let's just do a better job now as opposed to saying I'll come back and fix it. So let's just do this now. Copy. And we're just going to tuck this over in the corner. Because it doesn't need to be front and center, but at the same token, it would be kind of neat to be, you know, when the pumps are running, as it were, to be able to look in and see the blinky lights. So we'll do that. So I'm going to put the container down here. And that will give me room, if I want, to expand that. And then this is going to go here. Awesome, congratulations. I'm just totally impressed, and yeah, thank you. I deeply appreciate the support. That means an awful lot to me. Okay, so that one's just going to go that far. And I'll want to wiggle it back over, so we're going to do this. There, like so, and that. Yep, that'll go like that. And we're going to grab this one. And if we can... no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go from this side. Yeah, do I want to... oh, now I'm confused. Okay, we'll put this one here, like so. That. Yeah, because these are backwards-ish. I'll leave it like that for now, and I'll adjust it as I add more. I could do that. And then grab this. Like that, right? Yeah, okay. I'd be okay with that. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Hey, Van Herk, good to see you. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Okay, and then that. So that fixes the immediate problem. We have fuel production again. Okay. So that now means I should be able to come down here. And I ought to have fuel in my... yeah, there we go. I've got 1,000 liters to work with. Fantastic. I'm just going to grab that 1,000 liters, throw it in here, and top our atmospheric tanks off now. We'll put 500 liters in each. What we'll do is we'll drain these dry. That gives me 17, so I'll put 800, I'll put 800 liters in each. There we go. All right. Now we can get back to what it was I wanted to do. All right. Oh, Open doors. Turn on flight control. And yeah, alrighty, and away we go. Okay, now, oh yeah, okay. Nope, no elevator music, sorry. That is. This is one. This is actually one of the. I think it's officially it's serial number 3 of the Y lifts that Uari built with SVEA. So it's been slightly modded by me. An additional pair of upward rocket space engines rather, an additional pair of an additional 2 pairs of no, just 1 pair of downward thrust engines, and then a lot more brakes. Oh yeah, rockets definitely do work. The problem is Xeron is just so bloody heavy and so bloody expensive. So I tend to use Xeron for high performance hybrids. Or as essentially as JATO, right? Jet assisted takeoff motors. You know, for the Bullfrog, then my Bullfrog design very mounts a pair of them. You know, normally you would leave the tanks empty because of the weight of the fuel, but if you know you're going to be pulling a heavy load up out of orbit, you just load up the fuel when you get to the top of your climb arc. When you start to bleed energy, you light those things up and it boosts you out, and you keep going, right? The you know something, Van Herk, that's not necessarily a bad plan. I need to get rid of a few tiles. I gotta decide what I want to do. I can't decide. I've had a lot of stuff given to me, effectively. And so have just been pack ratting tiles, but should probably sell a few. Yes. Well, okay. A better way of putting it is he has left the game indefinitely, pending any kind of major content change. Right now, essentially, his big thing was the elevator project, and as soon as Jericho basically created an open Jericho and Wolfram, I think it was those two, started the open source elevator project. He basically said, well, what's the point? You know, my fun thing to do and get paid for in this game has just been sort of taken away from me. So he has left indefinitely pending a content patch, which rekindles his interest in the game. He's developing his own game, in fact, is my understanding. I check in with him from time to time because I like Yawari. Um, and he open sourced his elevator code. Um, and now, of course, I can't remember which corporation Darth Shell's with. Um, he Darth Shell also has very good elevator software. Um, they're a little bit inflexible. They don't offer a DIY kit, so that's why I'm not using their software. But yeah. Yeah, but the problem is that setting it up was never as profitable as the software itself. He was selling the DIY kits for 10 million, right? Um, for about 300,000 in parts. Finished elevators. The bulk of the price of the finished elevator was the software, right? You could buy turnkey solutions from, and I did, incidentally. I did buy that my first elevator, which was this one. I just paid them a SVEA, a chunk of cash, to set up both the elevator, the landing pad, and the space station, so that I didn't have to worry about it. And they were very good at doing that. But yeah, no, his take on it was that the game had just gotten thin, and I've said it many times. If it's no longer fun, don't do it. Go do something else. It's supposed to be fun. It's a game. So yeah, like I say, they are off to, as far as I understand, write their own game. So all good. But as he promised to the community when he exited Stage Right, he open sourced his software. So, and the reality is there's enough. Yep, no problem, Van Herk. And the reality is there's enough people that if you want someone to set up an elevator for you, there's enough people like me who have a working one who can do it for you. If the software is free, then the value add is simply the setup. That's why I'm not so convinced about Darth Shell, the org that Darth Shell's with, deciding to not do DIY kits. I think that's a little bit short-sighted of them, honestly. Okay, well, yeah, I'll set that as linked container, but it doesn't change anything. Alrighty, morning, everybody. Welcome. If you're catching this later on in the VOD, by the way, thank you so much for your time. Do appreciate ya. As always, you can always send me an email or contact me in-game or via Discord if you like. Let me know if there's any particular content you'd like to see. There are going to be a couple of small changes coming to the channel. I'm doing some serious thinking about roads forward in terms of what I want to do with the channel. So yeah, we'll see. Alright, and yeah, so we'll just set this as my link container. Actually, what do I have in this? Okay, I've got 500 liters of fuel there. Okay, so yeah, we'll set that as my link to container, and top hatch must be open. If the bottom hatch isn't. Okay. So turn our flight lights on. Into the chair.
Albatross systems ready.
Okay, 61% fuel tanks. We are good to go. And go, in this case, territories, sort by distance. And I want... okay, yeah, there's 4. We'll go there. So we'll angle ourselves out this way. Light up the main engines. Start our climb out. $1,400 meters. Go level and roll. And roll out of the turn. A bit of rudder here to get ourselves back on course. And plunging into the darkness we go. Watch the sunset over the horizon behind the mesas. And the objective here is to keep the nose pointed at a star. By definition, I can't hit anything that way. Someone's got a little base down there, all nice and purpley. Yeah. Don't remember that. That's great news. Rolling along at Mach 0.9, very comfortable. Larkin's also Larkin's doing a build challenge on his channel with against Grevlin. That's cool. Hey, good morning, Kestrel. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you very much, kind friend, for dropping in. Do appreciate you. Oh, wow. Larkin's doing... Okay. Hour and 11 minutes to do an all-rocket build, do a round trip around Sanctuary and land back on platform on Alioth. Okay, interesting. That's a cool idea, actually. I hope they have fun with that. Oh, things are alright up here. Quiet day, so far at least, anyway. Just coming up on noon my time. Bit of a lazy start, but that's alright. Not everything needs to be drama. Okay, I still don't have lights on the platform. Drop our throttle by a little bit here. Okay, there we go. Got the platform. Okay, flames out. Wrap some rudder onto this thing so I'm at least in the right postal code for landing. And there we are. A bit of crawl forward here. I've been selling a lot of fuel out of this place, which I'm kind of surprised about, actually. I have several regular customers. Which, that's great. Makes me very happy, in fact. Alright, where are we at? Ah, okay. That's where we're at. We're right off the platform. You know something? What did I do? Oh, yeah, right off the platform. I drifted right off of it. Okay, that's fine. I really do need lasers on here.
Landing mode engaged.
And there we go. Yeah, I'll need to double check my fuel prices and, well, basically I need to rerun my math. This I need to fix. Alright, calibration time. Oh, okay, fine. Lots. really not liking the look of this. Okay, so it's over here. Sheep dip. Alright, so it's there, or it's here. There, we got it. Excellent. Okay. Oh. That's fine. And then number last. That's the hematite. Okay. Okay. Ah, okay. I was not in any danger of having run out of fuel. Run out of fuel materials. Very good. Okay, that's what I want to know. All right. Cool. Oh. Wow. That's annoyingly non-committal. Yuck. I was afraid of that, but sure. Ugh. Okay, I think here. Oh, yay. All right. I really could afford another mining rig here at both ends. But, all right. So that gets this place operational again. Yeah, I got 111,000. We got 100,000 liters of fuel in stock. Awesome. Let's bop on over. Oh, who's that? I don't, must be on the other side of the hill. I'm not getting a tag on the ship itself. Not used to seeing another ship around here. Nope, so that one's, yeah, okay. Doopy doopy doo. Need to remember to do the vacuuming before I leave. There's a bunch of chromites sitting under those 2 rigs over there. Who has sheep? Well, that looks like a sheep that's parked in my spot. I wonder who has sheep. Hello, sheep. Sheep. Interesting. Okay. Hey, Kestrel. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. That is awesome. 20 streams. Wow. Thank you so much. So I did switch the RAM out on the machine. So I'm running with 8 gigs on the stream rig instead of 16. We'll see how that plays. Not really noticing any change in CPU utilization or whatever. I'm streaming at 60 FPS, so we'll hopefully, we can get through a whole stream without a problem. That would be great. There we are. All right, let's empty this thing out. All right, we'll get this one going first. I need some quick cash, so gonna sell a bunch of chromite out on Aegis a little bit, probably just before the weekend. Over here. No. Oh, sheep dip. Okay, so there or here. And I'm betting the answer is that. It's right there. Bloody hell. No. Oh dear. Try that one. Nope. Alright, so I have not a clue where it is then. Oh, that's a false peak, is what the problem is there. Well, I'll take the booby prize. It's right beside it. Alright. Okay. 1900 liters is still better than 0. And let's go. 129 quartz. We'll start with that. $112 bauxite. $108 coal. And 54 hematite. Yep. And then back over here to the small rig. And just vacuum up the last bit of quartz. Always short of quartz. Okay. So that gets this place checked. Yeah, I think that spot over there is out of range, though. We'll try it. Pretty sure that I wind up out of range for my container, though. One sec. Forgot to do the vacuuming. Alright, let's get this tidied up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Alright, that's fine. I have a solution to that problem. Oh, these are all still running. Okay, well, great. Alright, so what we're going to do is set this as my linked container. Alright, and we will calibrate. Fantastic. Okay. So all of these read 23 hours. I haven't missed anything. Very good. And that box is almost full, which is great news. Okay. So now what we're going to do is bounce back over here. Literally. Morning, everyone. Thanks for dropping in. Do appreciate y'all. If you got any questions or what have you, shout out in chat. Love to hear from you. If you're lurking, just give a wave, say hi just for a sec, so I know who's hanging out. bounce on over here. Hey, Tubes. Good to see you. Things are going all right. Just getting some calibrations done on Mattis. Okay. Fine. Drag it that way, I guess. Alright, that takes care of this. Did I'm pretty sure I vacuumed this up. Yeah, I did. Okay, so then over to the main platform, which is that way. Shout out to, by the way, A3 Gear, who gave a follow between streams there. Thanks very much for joining the channel. And, yeah, shout out to Lars Lockin for the shout out they gave me on their stream. Do appreciate it. Lars, by the way, is doing a challenge stream right now. Haven Sanctuary Lap using rockets, building from scratch, rockets only, and must land on a landing pad. And they've got an hour and 11 minutes to do it. So, yeah. Grev did it with ease. Fantastic. Hey, Boots. Good to see you. Yeah, Grevlin seems to be pretty cool. I don't know them well, but I've seen some of the stuff they've built, and yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks for spending your time here. Alrighty, let's do some vacuuming. Actually, we may as well just go unload. And then I'll worry about the vacuuming. Oops. Oops. Drop that in here. Where did my... I must be just outside range. I don't remember the drop-off warning. Alright, well... Oh, that's frustrating, but okay, sure. Now, who's that? I don't know. Oh, that's an inactive tile. What have we got around here? That one's active. Oh, interesting. Couple neighbors here with inactive tiles. Yeah. I need to get a hold of Knucklehead. I keep saying that. Find out if he'll do a tile trade with me. Just there's that one and that one. If I could, I'd be happy to trade these two with Knucklehead if I could get those two. Alright, so... Okay, that's my linked container and construct. Reapply rights. And, okay, so we'll wander back over here and unload this. Kind of peeved about that, but here we are anyway. Having a clever idea actually only works if you do it. But yeah, if I could get those four tiles, that'd be fantastic. I'd just set up a 4-head mining facility. You know, all under the one, basically all under the one fuel plant, right? So, actually, Let me just do this. Add contact. Do I have him already? No, I do not. So let's add Knuckle. Atlantic Canuck. Interesting. I wonder who that is. Huh. Because, you know, Atlantic is my area. So that means there's someone else in the local neighborhood within, you know, 300-400 kilometers of me that also plays, which is cool. You know, Booty, every time I see you log in and say, hey, brother, I keep thinking to myself, you folks are missing a fantastic opportunity for a greeting. Should be, brother, where you bound? And if you're old enough to get that reference, I think I might be sorry for you. Believe that was Supertramp's Breakfast in America album. Which, by the way, has got some good music on it. Oh, I know that. Yes, I get that, but no, the like I say, the song title, right? Brother, Where You Bound? And that makes perfect sense. I've been part of clans and guilds like that on different games. It's rare when it's true, and it's wonderful when it is. By the way, just so it's been said, thank you so much to PVR for all the great support you folks show the channel. Do appreciate y'all. Hey, Aslan. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here. What's news in your world? Things okay? Awesome. Congratulations. Oh, that's right. I had wanted to bring some force fields out here. Well, yeah, if I can get those, that will be worth doing, is putting a tiny factory installation here. Essentially a general store, if you will. If I can get if I can get those if I can trade those two tiles around with Knucklehead, it will be absolutely worth doing that. That is amazing, Boots. Alrighty. So my maximum lift capability on this ship is 700 tons, I believe. So let's go have a talk about 700 tons. Okay, so I'm at 370 right now. I've got okay, I'm way under my my MTOW. I pretty much don't need Believe. I've got over 100,000 liters of K3. I can afford to just grab all of that. And that's what I'll do. So that's fantastic. So that'll be 50K and almost it'll be 50K chromite and almost 500,000 hematite going up for sale. Possibly by the end of the stream. I fell asleep. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Thanks, Boots. Oh, that's brilliant, Tubes. Yeah, 5 a.m. All right. Okay. Hang on a second here. Layer. Okay. Cute. That's not what I wanted though. So we'll just make him go away. I want this. And then I want my disk. Video gaming. There we go. Dual universe. Ugh. That's brutal. All right. And then my FAQ. And let's right click that as well. We can just up here, just can do that too. Add to favorites. I'm always in and out of that file. There we are. Okay. Doopy doopy doo. And copy. I haven't done this in a while, so I don't feel so bad about it. Copy and over to help. And boop. And then copy and then boop. And then okay. And then back over to here. And there we go. And that's me having made more than enough noise in chat for today. All right. Oh, yeah, pricing. Pricing was the other thing I wanted to look at. Do I care? I don't think I care. I'm making sales. Yeah, I think it would be tempting to just crank the prices arbitrarily to keep up with the market, but you know something? I don't think I care. I'm profitable. I'm profitable at what I'm selling it at, regardless of how much money I could potentially make. I think I'm just gonna leave that alone, now that I think about it. And, yeah.
Albatross systems ready.
Alrighty. And then we're gonna head back on over to Madison 1, says destination. So nose angle up, flaps, throttle, positive rate of climb, .20 degree up angle, and roll. Gotta be careful I don't throw myself into a flat spin. There we go. Thank you, barn doors. Okay. Need to be quite that high. So, good load of ore. And next week it'll be back to Thades. I'll be spending, because the Top Gun Challenge is always the first Saturday in the week of a month. I'm just going to be spending my first, but basically I'll be spending my first week of every the first week after every Top Gun challenge, the Friday to the Friday kind of thing, on Alioth, working around Nitro City, I think is my plan. Between the carrier and the embassy and everything else, there's plenty of stuff I could be doing around Alioth, and Starlantis as well. I've got a massive factory I need to get built on there. Nice. Excellent, Tubes. Yeah, for me, that's always the hardest part, is once I've got a shell put together, then I can start to imagine what's in the shell. But it's putting the walls up is always the hardest part of building something for me. Okay, eyes on the base. Whoa, 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 whoa. Little fast. Ah, sheep dip. Oh well. A little bit of hill climbing here. E19 turns out to be a surprisingly good hill climber. Alrighty. Squeak forward a little bit. And then down we go.
Landing mode engaged.
Here we are. Okay. Here we are. Yes, good. For a second, I had one of those did I dummy moments. This thing doesn't need anything, apparently. That's good. Since we're here, we'll load the lift up and then toddle down the bottom of the hill to pick up whatever's waiting for us down there. Go. there will be a short intermission while I ride the elevator back up to the station. I'm going to want to go up and get myself something to drink and a snack. Usual reasons apply. All right. Ah, yes. Aslan, simple way to deal with that. Small container or extra small or a couple of extra small containers full of hematite. And what you do is just drop them around, just move them around the internals. Sit them in your cargo container. You know, you've probably got a cargo hub, right? So when you're not using them, just sit them in your cargo container. And when you need them, pull them out, put them wherever they are in the ship, load them up with hematite, and move them around. And they will act as balance weights. That is called ballasting, and it is a real world thing that real world ships do. So that way you don't have to move. Basically, you know, you can actually go so far as to check the weight of the warp drive and just put excess containers full of hematite in the place the warp drive goes to the total weight of the warp drive. Problem solved. That's called ballasting. Very common thing with ships. Okay, yeah, fair enough. All right. What am I gonna do here? I think I'll leave 11,000 behind. So, and yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and that's cool. Like I say, my thing is ultimately either that or have a couple of quote spare fuel tanks and just load them, drain them with fuel as you need them, right? When you're trying to when you're trying to balance stuff around, just move some of your fuel out to those tanks and then bleed those tanks out later when you don't when it's less control, when you don't need them. There's a few ways to get around the problem. But yeah, ballasting's a bit of a black art. It's been a constant part of ship operations for years. Well, that's cool. Yeah, anything that makes refueling easier is a whole lot is absolutely worth your time. So yeah, brief intermission, folks, and we'll be right back after I get myself a cup of coffee and a couple of other little details. And so yeah, enjoy the flight. There we go. Mocha latte. Because, you know, I can do that. All right, there ought to be a space station somewhere around here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. No, it does not. If they are below 50% health, even if they are even if you're at full lives, if they're below 50% hit points, their performance degrades, proportionate to the damage done to them. So if something is smoking, it's not working well. Other than that, no. There we are. Okay. So now. Okay. Oh, must be out of something. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, right. I know why. I'll just go double check, but I suspect I know what that's about. That's Xeron. That's Kurgon. And that's Nitron. No, okay, yeah, it's just don't have any fuel. Okay. That's sort of what I thought the problem was going to be. Alright, let's go unload. Yeah. Oh, that's odd. Why do I have... Why is there a bunch of tier 2 and tier 3 stuff in here? Let's just sort this out, shall we? And then stack all. And then how about we sort by tier to make my life easier? There we go. So all of that goes in here. Like so. And then I got some tier 2 that needs to go in here. There. And tier 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a sales run. I'm running out of room in my tier 3s. And I could use some more pedalite, and I could use some more, and definitely some more garnerite. All right, well, that's fine. And over here, drop, yeah, waste gas off. That'll top those off to 10K. And there we go. All right, go back over here. Turn my transfer machines on. Really pleased with how well the the updated Poor Man's Refiner is doing. It's really working well. So if you're running a smaller shop and you don't mind idle gaming a bit, it's a very efficient way to keep down on keep it to simplify your transfer unit problem. Yeah, 120 kilometers an hour. You are doing 2 meters per second. No. Hang on a second. Now I'm puzzled because that shouldn't happen. That sounds like a ticket issue. There we go. 120 divided by 3,600. 120,000 divided by 3,600. Yeah, you're doing 33 meters a second. So that gives your hovers 3 seconds to register the ground and light up and apply it. Because your hovers are only good. No, your hovers are good at 30 meters. Your verts kick in at 100 meters. So your hovers would see the ground just in time to be too late in terms of turning on at 120 kilometers an hour. And then your verts have got 3 seconds, less than 3 seconds from the time they see the ground to come to full power and stop you. So yeah. That's what happened to you there. Your boosters only kick in if they see when they see the ground at 100 meters. They're actually not altitude triggered; they are radar triggered. And your hovers kick in when they're at 30 meters. So yeah. And all of them have more than a half-second spin-up time. Okay. Yeah, but at 120 kilometers an hour, that's 6 G's of braking means that you're going to shave 60 meters per second off your airspeed. Every second, right? If you're doing 120 kilometers an hour, you're not going to change a whole lot at no, it's less than that. But yeah, you get the idea. You have a lot of momentum on a big ship at 120 kilometers an hour, and that's what you're fighting. All right, we are moving oxygen around. That's good. Why? Let's see, what's my output bin? Oh no, okay. Yeah. Okay, no, that's normal. Yeah. Right. Those are going to the storage hubs. Well, yes, then there's the other problem about just good old-fashioned lag because you're coming down on Market 6. I advocate to anyone, if you're flying more than a kiloton load, come down about 15 kilometers away and then fly in. Because load in lag on your side will kill you. Particularly if you haven't been to Market 6 in the past couple days. Alright, so that's all working well. The next thing I want to do with my little board here is set it up so you can plug a screen into it as an optional item. And if it has a screen plugged into it, then what it will do is display basically what transfer units are plugged into it and what they're working on. Okay, all right. Yeah, but the mission pickup spot's well within the Market 6 with the Market 6 market ring. That area literally has thousands of cores in it. Okay. Turn this one on, make some fuel. Okay, and we're back to making Kurgan X3. In a minute here, it'll wake up, should get and start, and should start clue in that it needs to make Nitron as well. Well, the problem is with both the Arc ship and the in and out of the videos, where there's no scale to it. You know, unless you fly up and look at it. But yeah. All right. Now. Yeah, you get the sort of the impression that it's this 1 or 2 kilometer long monster, but yeah, I don't think it is actually anywhere close to that long, you know. I would actually agree with you, Aslan. Okay. Why am I working on this over here, though? That makes no sense to me. Oh, I know why, because I was... Yeah, okay. Let's move this. Except... Yeah. Oops, glue to the wall over there. Because I'm never going to remember to work on it over here. I barely remember why I have it here. Not really. I mean, it's not a surprise that it's friggin' there. Okay, so now what? Yeah, all this needs to get dismantled and remantled. Okay, well, let's get started on that. Did I change my container? No, I did not change my container. All right, let's go do that before I forget again. I've done that too, Aslan. Oh my gosh, I've done that too. All right. Let's start the cleanup here. You're a basic, so you're coming out of there. And you come out of there. What's that? Yep, correct. And that's the basic. And now we're gonna drag. The easiest way to do this is like this. How many plugs do I have left here? I have 2 left, which is exactly not enough. So what I'm gonna do is leave those open and work from here. Like so. And then we'll grab that and just glue it to the wall up here where they're easy to find. Okay, so you'll go here. You'll go there. And we'll do that. Yeah, money's tight right now, by the way, folks. So I'm unfortunately not. I'm not. Can't afford to pay Streamcat this for a little while. So won't be doing any of the fancy music in the background. So. So it will just be game sounds while I'm playing for the next little bit. All right. And then it goes from here to here. From here to here. And then from here to here. And then we connect that way. And that way. And there we go. All right, so that's that'll pull refined materials out of those other containers to here. Awesome. Enjoy. All right. Okay, this is all that, and then we get up here, and so all of this needs to come out next. All right. Okay, so that gets us to here. Okay. Oh. Hmm. All right. Elements functional. Mm-hmm. So I need a honeycomb box. Which will go here. I need a glass box, or glass tower, if you will, which will go here. All right. Then I need medium basic one. And that will go here. Like so. And then 2 medium uncommon. Go there. And that will go there. Yep. And then, okay, this is going to get a little squirrely, but it's not terrible. I don't think it'll be terrible. I might drag this one back, though, to here. That. And then I need a large and a large, I guess. We'll go like that, and then I'm going to plug those in. Paralarge. Well, that, and I hate, you know, to quote my sweetheart, yeah, if it's not pretty, I won't do it, and that applies to just about everything in my life. So, yeah, I can't not have it look nice. And piling shit upon shit doesn't look nice. Fuck, wrong one. Yeah, I want it to look good, so I build it that way. And, you know, I do things like put walkways and stuff in to be used. You know, I like to be able to get around my factory. I don't see the point to building a space station I can't walk around in. That makes no sense to me. Okay, that'll have to go there, and that's... It's going to pinch that walkway a bit, but it'll have to do. Not keen on it, but it'll have to do. Just walk around the edge of it, I guess. And that will sit there, so it's roughly okay. Yeah, that's gonna... That might cause a problem when I finally build the cage on this side. For now, it's alright. Alright. Now, let's go here. And we're going to grab all of this, throw it into a package. Pack 1. And it goes in here. Be unpacked elsewhere. I need to F7. Where do you live? That's input ores. Okay, I don't want that here anymore. Goodbye. It can go away. That can go away. All right. And then you're line 1 basic, you're line 3 basic. I think I'm just going to pick you up and move you. And you can sit over here. There we go. Ta-da, like so. Okay. I may even move that podium a little. We'll see here in a minute. Because... Or those containers, and move all the associated hardware back here. I think that might be what I do here. Because if I do this, then that frees me up a lot of room up there, right? And then what are you? Oh yeah, okay, I know what that is. That's fine. In fact, we can just do this. Okay, I can do that. That'll clean up a little bit, open up some more floor space. And, because what have I got here? I've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 3 of these. I need a third one of those monsters. So, yeah, okay, no, I'm fine. Yeah, it's still cramped, but it's not horrid. Okay. Hey, Jap Bus, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Put this here. What am I bumping into here? Oh, I'm out of... Oh. Blink, blink. I'm out of large. Oh. I'm out of large. Well, huh. Okay. Well, I guess that will... I guess I won't be installing another one of those there. Fine. Its absence proves problematic. So let's go. So we got all of these are hooked up over here. And then what I need is down here. Rename. This is Chef 1. And this is renamed F2 output. So, and then I'm going to grab this and drag it over here where it's going to be easier to work with. And then I will hook up the outlines to all of these. Like so. And we're just going to do this. Hope you're doing okay today, Jap Bus. Okay. And then I go back to 9, and I backspace, and puts itself away. Okay, now, back to 7. We're gonna unclick you. And then what are you doing here? Okay. And so this one I want to plug to here. And this one I want to plug to here. So that if I have a pile of spare material in one location or the other, these two transfer units will pull it. Okay. All right, that takes care of that. And then we're gonna grab, where did we go? This one. And oh no, I don't need to do that. Let's not do that yet. G. I gotta plug all these. Which one's Chef 1? Don't have it marked. That's okay. That's Waitress 2. -1. And that's rename. That's Waitress 1-1. Okay. There. So all of these are getting loaded from 1. So that's going to be this one. Yeah, okay. Over here. Okay. So that gets all of those cabled up. Okay. So now we can set up the next chunk. Oh. The board. Sit this over here where it's easy to access. go. And then back to the move tool and pop. That puts it away. Okay, now I'm ready to deploy the next side. So we got larges, and there we go. And so now I want mediums. So I want a basic medium. Right? No, small. Small. Because some jobs just don't need anything more, right? And then I want 2 uncommons. 2 uncommon smalls. Like that. And then I want a basic extra small. And it will go here. And then I need an uncommon extra small. There we go. So 1 and 2. There we are. Okay. So looks okay. Nice. That actually leaves me a lot of floor print. Like footprint. So what I'm gonna do is now slide most of this way so that I can pull, well, maybe open this, because there's a door here, right? I don't want that being cramped up. So I'd like to see this open a little bit more. Leave some room over there for something more interesting than this. So I think we're gonna do this. So, oops. Like that. And this one will just sit here neatly. There we go. And that also means I've got a little bit of room to throw an extra machine or 2 onto this line if I, for whatever reason, decide I need it. In fact, so yeah, I'm going to grab this one here. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and install it like that. Right. We're going to do the same thing with this one. Actually, I'm just going to do this. There. There, and that leaves me room to drop another one if I decide to put the 3rd one up here. I really ostensibly need a 3rd one, but what that lets me do is I can rearrange a bit of this if I want to compress this up, and that'll give me the space to put one here that's not going to be in the way, I think. All right, so that's that. Okay, so now we start plugging. I'm going to grab F2 board. And we will drop this over here. And all of these output to this. Oh, it's a pattern. And so it's actually very easy to remember. I don't need the whole point to Tiny Factory is that it's soft configuration over hard configuration. Um, so the software does all the thinking. All I need to basically I just need to replicate the same hardware pattern every time. The only thing that changes it at the chef end is, for example, if I want to be producing primarily fuels and Lumi, I don't need assemblers, right? I would switch what's on this end out. But everything behind it roughly stays the same. And the flow of product is always the same. No matter what you're making, the flow of product is always the same. Okay. Um, and then oh hell yeah, I'd be happy to tubes. Um, it was originally written by Squiz. Squiz has taken a break from the community, and I've taken over the project. It is open source, so and I just adore it and thought, you know, why would I let it die on the vine? I used it so extensively, and I was already making contributions to the software tree anyway, so I just took the project over. Chatted with Squiz about it. He's happy to know that it's not going to wither and die in their absence. So yeah, all good. So if you have any questions about it, I've written the current version of the software and the current generation of documentation for it. So yeah. It's the whole point of it is that you just yeah. Now, there is a problem with it. I will be very open about this. It is not a silver bullet because it runs on programming boards, which means you need to be around. But if you don't mind AFK gaming, or you're going to be around a station doing voxel stuff anyway, that's a non-problem. But if you like to have your factories running 24/7 without you having to think at all, oops, wrong one, don't need that one, then yeah, less valuable. Yeah, I've got all of them. Okay, cool. But the reality is that quite often a machine can be tasked to do something, and then will, particularly once you get into the assembly stage, these large assemblers will run for days by themselves anyway, as long as they've got materials, because 3 large engines takes the better part of 24, 48 hours to make, right? So, yeah. You know, as long as the material it needs is sitting in the hoppers, it runs. And what the software does is handles making sure all the material is available without requiring a massive pile of machinery that's just sitting idle. That's what drives me nuts about standard factory builds, tool chain builds, is because we don't have a big enough community. Yes, that's exactly what I use it for, tubes. That's exactly what I use it for. Because we don't have a big enough community to justify continuous run factories, most of them is just a waste of material. Really. You know, a certain amount of industry goes into building pieces of industry that we don't need because there's no one to buy the output of the actual industry that's being made. That will change over time. It's changing slowly even as we speak, but yeah. Okay. I think that's everything. Oh, hang on. 7. What is this thing plugged into? Plugged into the chef, plugged into waitress 1, I'm plugged into... No, these things are ready to go. Okay. So then I can land over here. Boop. Whee! Blood. Oops. And we'll go over here. way it works is you have a series of control boards. The first one is called customer, and it basically holds the what you want to order. And then there's a board called manager, which regulates everything else back here. That runs all of the other equipment required to build the projects. And you have a file format. You just add the item number, the item ID, and how many of it you want, and it makes it. That's all there is to it. There's a little bit of fussing if you're building a like this build here is what's called a 223. Sorry, a 322. My apologies. So it's 3 lines feeding 2 waitresses providing to 2 waitresses who provide to 2 chefs. So that's a little bit of a complicated build, but it's not horrible. But it does mean that there's a couple of variables up here you have to tune. That's it. And other than that, all you ever do when you decide you want to make more of something is either add a new items number and its amount, or just tweak the amount on an existing thing, and it just runs. Yep, agreed. Oh, I'm already running. Okay, that's me being goofy. One sec. Turn the other one off from here. All right. Turn this on. That's completely correct, Aslan. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. Well, the thing is that if you do this right, like each one of these lines, when it's done, will have everything I need to build one of these ships. That's the point. Each line builds one of my one model of my E19 series. As soon as I pull the parts out to start to build an E19, it starts making replacement parts. I could tell it to have enough parts in there to build 2 E19 of each model of E19. I just don't have the demand yet. But when I do, it's not that hard to do. Right? And there's no configuration essentially. Once it's set up, there's no configuration required other than adding to the modifying that the items what you want it to make, right? And then it just sorts out what parts it needs to build what things, and off it goes. Yep. Yep. No, it's ideal for that kind of stuff, Tubes. There, it's building 4 adjusters. Now, 4 adjuster L's, yeah, that's what I thought. And the reason for that is they're in the wrong tank, but that's fine. I'll just flip these over. I mean, it doesn't matter if there's some duplication, but... Yeah, see, my thing is there isn't I'm of the opinion there's not enough room for more than 1 Costco. Friday Witch got there first. She wins. Everybody else, right now, yeah, if we hit 5,000 players, like we're around 1,100 right now, based on the math I did last. We're at 1,100 players right now. When we get up around 5,000 players, there's going to be room for a couple of Costcos. But that's the reason that I'm going with the trading post model for my stuff, and it's all running on Tiny Factory. I'm just moving stuff to the correct container because I rebalanced everything here. There's stuff is just, there's no point in making extras literally what I'm trying to avoid doing here. So just manually reshuffling stuff. The way I had it set up was suboptimal before. Squiz is a genius. That's great, except for the part where I don't speak genius very well, so I've had to do a lot of reverse engineering about trying to figure out what it was they were thinking. But that's okay. We're getting there. So at this point, I'm pretty sure I know the best way to lay everything out for the way the software works. There are still some little hiccups. It's not foolproof, you know. But that's okay. Doesn't need to be foolproof. I try not to be a fool. I don't always succeed. I will openly admit about that. There we go, you know. There, that gets all the... Oh. Ah, okay. There we go. Okay. So that gets everything where it needs to be. So we're not going to make any... We're not going to make too many spares and extras. But you can see what it's doing, right? It's just tasking off the various pieces of equipment to making the things it needs. Congratulations, Aslan. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. All right, we're going to turn this off. I need to do software upgrades on everything over here. It'll only take me a minute. What version is this board running? Is this running 3 or not? That's E2. No thanks. Are you the one running E3? Come on, hurry up. There we go. Yes, you're running E3. Okay, cool. So I need the manager board, copy, advanced, copy Lua to clipboard. By the way, software is free. If you don't want to set it up yourself, you can pay me to set it up for you. That is a service I offer. But yeah, the software itself is open source. I have not changed that about what Squids was doing. Oh, no, don't do that. It's a manager board I want to update. Go, that's that one updated. And I guinea pig myself. So. There we go. Turn this thing back on. Let it spin up and do its get itself going. Oh, I left something on. Thought I turned the other one off. That's fine. Here we go. Die, die, die. Turn that back on. Okay. There is an issue right now with a larger line like this, a 223 line, that when the waitresses are running, they're very, very. Yeah, yeah, I can see that, Aslan. There we go. But yeah, the waitresses are a bit noisy in terms of CPU consumption, and so often when you're running those, it will cause CPU overload script errors. So I have so for lack of a better way of doing it, as long as I can see my lines being, if I can see a couple of my chefs doing something, then I know there's material for the chefs. I don't worry about the running the waitresses. If my chefs aren't doing anything and my lines aren't doing anything, then I turn this one off and I turn that one on, and it moves stuff up where the chefs can get to it. That's about the only real manual intervention you have to do at this point. And, like I say, right now, all of these machines have been, once most of these machines have been given a job, I can just walk away, right? They're, they don't need the software turned on for them to do their thing. They've been programmed what to do. Yeah, so I've got, yeah, there we are. So most of this line is doing something now. I'll just turn that off and tootle down here. Oh, I missed one. Where is it? Yeah, walked right by it. Here we are. Oh yeah, this one here needs to be disassembled too. I forgot about that. This, and this is packed, and this is going to be packed too. And that can go up here for now. And click. Where do you go? That's you up here, huh? Yep, okay. I don't want you anymore. Goodbye. Because I have several of them running on one floor, what I'm doing is doing all of my ore refining in one central location, and then I'm just loading these two large containers here with pures, and then the machinery just pulls all the pure from one location, and that just makes my life easier, right? So I don't need that here, which saves me this. Here we go. Okay. And we'll run this one for a couple minutes until I see everything over here kicked up. Cool. Yep. Because I don't want raw. Like, I've never seen an industrial process use raws. Okay, I'll walk you through the whole build. Give me can you focus for like 5 minutes, Tubes, or are you okay? Because I can just wait 5 if you need. But otherwise, what I'll do is I'll walk you through the whole damn place. Yeah, exactly, Aslan. The thing about the okay, gotcha. All right. So, all right. These are all doing the hummy thing. Let's go. All right, let's toddle back around the other side, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. It's probably worth a tour. It's probably worth doing anyway. beyond, helping you out. So just give me a sec here. I'm gonna go here. Okay, so that, and I want my 2 packs. And then we will unpack and unpack and stack. All right, and then here, I want to change this. Oh, excuse me. And then here, same answer. Okay. That's, I don't think all that fits, does it? No, it doesn't. All right, we'll have to come back and do this in a couple of drafts. Okay, so what I have here is 3 rows. Each one does 1 tier of ore. So tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So as I need something, I install it. That's the first rule. If I don't need it, I don't install it. If I can buy the pures, particularly tier 3 or tier 4, I just buy pures because I use it in so small a batch. Each one of these units is the same. The only thing that's different is what it's processing. Your finished is on top, raw is there. Then there is 2 transfer units, right? And this one here pulls pure silicon out of my tier 1 input here. This one moves silicon. All right. And then the last one over here pulls quartz up to there. So you get the idea, right? So I'm refining. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm refining here. I'm transferring raws and pures to wherever they're supposed to be in this pair, and they're all set up the same. Okay, so the only thing I hook up to is the can on top. Makes it easy. Each one of these just plug into something different over there. That's how I do it. All right. What that means is I have a nice, easy to find, centralized ore container system. And then what I do is move just the pures around the station, either by sneaker net or by transfer unit. All right. So over here is, this is my gas management system. I have, I've got 2 quote concentrators, for creating hydrogen and oxygen, but these transfer units are all hooked up to all of the output canisters up here to pull waste gases into storage for use throughout the system, right? So I'm scavenging and recycling as much as I can. My first 2 boards are over here. This is, okay, that's line B, this is line A. And this is sort of built, I like getting to watch the blinky lights and stuff, so you get the idea. So this is the first one here, right? And so if I go down another floor, right, this is where all of the this is line A1, line A2, line A3. And here I have a bunch of transfer units, and these are all hard-coded to pull material down to my tier 1A box and my tier 1 and my tier 2A box. All right, so as the various machines use material out of here, these machines refill these boxes. Then over here, I've got another pair of, and that's these 2 up front, I think. Yeah, that's pure. Yeah, it's the 2 machines up front here. These 2 are hooked up to that board, and all this board knows how to do is move pures. Is to tell a machine that it wants pure product. That's what it does. And what's interesting about that is both a smelter and a transfer unit both know how to answer, I want pure material. So you can plug smelters into this thing, refiners into this as easily as you can plug transfer units into it, or a combination. That's the idea. So what it does is loads these two lines here with the raw material that are needed to run line B1 and line B2 over here, and this is where I'm doing all of my honeycomb and fuel. That's what this area here does, right? It's another tiny factory. The other two transfer units up on the wall are for the waitress system over here. I just moved them here to make it easier for me to figure out what the hell is going on. I'm running another piece of software that, if I'm standing near this little sensor, tells me what the various pieces of machinery are doing, just so I can come over and make sure that everything's working properly. Does that make sense so far? Okay. Now, because I cannot ship across a core, off of a core, what I've done, same basic idea over here, is I have two large containers that I stuff full of pure product. And each one of these containers will feed two complete tiny factory 322 tiny factory builds. Okay, that's what one of those containers is capable of doing. And what this pair of machines is doing, running this board here, this is another one of the poor man's refiner. But again, I'm not actually running refiners with it, I'm running transfer units. And it just grabs ore out of this can and throws it into this can, and this lets me run yet another two pairs of, or allows me to run another two tiny factory 322 builds. Okay, because there's a whole other deck to this space station underneath me here, right? Now, right now, it's built out for honeycomb processing for another customer, but they haven't talked to me in a little while, so I'm about to start doing rip and replace. And at that point, I'll be replacing all of this with another set of tiny factory build. Okay? But that's how I'm doing it. So I do centralized ore processing, and then use transfer units or SneakerNet to drag stuff around. Right? Because here, all I have to do is just set that as my... this is my... Actually, let's just do it. Here, probably need to. Anyway, just set that as my default container. Wander in here and go shopping. Right? How much pure aluminum do I have? Okay, let's stack all this to make sure we're good. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw all that in there. And then, do I have 10,000? Okay, this is silicon. Am I up above 10,000 silicon? No, I'm not. We'll just throw all this in here. Carbon, I only need 3 of those. Go. And as I'm going by, I can just, you know, if my gases count is low, I just toss gas in, right? Iron is, I'm just going to throw the whole lot. And we'll go back down the other way. We'll just toss the iron over to get it out of bin. I'm also scavenging, by the way, like here, that iron. So the iron distribution transfer unit is hooked up to this container as well, so it will pull iron out of this container. And then chromium, yeah, I'm just going to toss the whole thing over here. Same thing, we'll move the carbon and the sodium. I don't use that much sodium, so I'm only worried about keeping that at 5,000, so I'm going to drag half that over. Right? And it's like walking through a shopping mall. Copper, only need 5,000, so I'll just drag half. I'll throw some more into it later. Same answer here, we'll just drag half. And then the pure nickel. Yeah, go. Yeah, I've got way more nickel in here than I need. So, yeah, I'll just leave it alone. And sulfur, same answer. I got more sulfur in here than I need. A little low on silver, but I'm not processing acanthite internally, so I need to set that up. So that, in fact, will probably be the next thing I do, is set up my acanthite. But that's how I do it. And then, so now the other side is fully loaded, and anytime I need something, I walk over, I turn a button on, the machines churn for a while, and I get what I want. And I can be wandering around the state with the changes they've made recently to distances for electronics and stuff. I can be anywhere on this space station, and the industry's running. You know, the board. I can have a board dialed up, doing what I need, and we're good. These machines down here are set to permanent demand, which is that's the only place I'm doing permanent demand loading. Because I need to be able to refill, all the transfer units need to be able to constantly be shoveling to satisfy. So what I don't want to do is bottleneck the entire damn place because one of these things didn't get loaded. I'm going to turn this one back on. Because I need to make fuel. Okay. But you can see over here, we're making stuff. That board, this is the controller for over here, and we're making stuff, so. So yeah, easy, low fuss. Okay. You get the idea. All right. So I need an M container. And that goes there. And then I need an S container, which goes up here. Then I need a transfer unit. And it goes here. Like so. And then another one goes here. I think it makes a nice little neat bundle this way. And then I need a refiner. And need a common to do acanthite. Yep, that is literally below cost. Oh, sheep dip. Alright, well, I'm here now. Yeah. You'll notice I don't make warp cells. It's pointless. Yeah, they're selling literally below cost. I'm fairly sure you cannot. Can you have a dispenser hooked up to a container that has transfer? I don't know, Tubes. I've never tried. Let's go find out. Give you a sec here. I know it works the other way around, because that's how I build my, because that's how I've got my, I know my trading posts run on the opposite, which is that dispenser loads transfer unit loads crate, dispenser unit plugged into crate, but I've never tried doing it the other way around. I couldn't imagine it would care. All right. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't noticed that before. What did I do here? Did I go... Oh, no, I went well back. Okay, so I set it up intentionally to... Okay, well, that's cool. And then, okay, and then that's why that doesn't look right. So that should be sitting like that. And then this should be over here and back like that. There, that's better. Okay, well, let's find out. So I'm going to set up a box. 8. We'll just use a small container. And we'll set up a small container. And then I need a transfer unit. And then I need a dispenser. And we'll set the dispenser up here. So I go from here to here, from here to here. Yep, it doesn't care. Yep. And then you'd probably want to do something, you know, your probable work chain, if you will. You know, here, equip. You know, so if you're doing Lumi, you're that would be your chain, and yeah, it doesn't care. Right? It's quite happy to run that way. All right. And you are very welcome. So yeah, you could, you know, unload, you know, do all of your production into one container, and then from there split out, transfer, you know, a bunch of stuff, transfer to a bunch, and you know, sort of filter it down that way. Yeah, you could do that. I can't see why you wouldn't. Okay, so now... Okay, so the refiner... We go output from here to here. This one goes from here to here. This one goes to there. And then we go from here to here. Okay, so this is rename... Okay, one sec. Let me check my naming convention here. Okay, yes, Acanthite. So this is Silver Product Refiner. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's purely a plugs issue. And this is going to be... Okay, you are Acanthite ore. You are pure silver product. Okay, and then... Okay, and you plug to what? Okay, you go to Acanthite ore, so this is Acanthite ore transfer. Okay. And so we come over here, and we grab the tier 3. You're driving a car, man, I'm not too worried about you not being too clear, as long as I'm answering your questions and you understand what's going on. Oh yeah, for sure. And then this one is silver product transfer. XFR. Whoa. again, we're going to come over here. Okay, there we go. So then I scoop down here, and I turn this on, and I say, doable only. So, acanthite, please! Stop. Yes, this is the acanthite ore transfer unit. So yes, acanthite, apply, and maintain 88,000. There we go. Start. All right, take care of yourself, Tubes. Appreciate you hanging out. Drive safe. We'll catch up with you around Nitro City soon, I'm sure. All right. And here, this one is, I can't remember if I have silver or not. Nope, don't. But, oh. Oh, pure silver. That's what I'm doing. And just keep that at 11,000, please. Oddly enough, there's none to transfer. And then here... Yep, I would like you to make pure silver, please. And keep this... Oh, wow, interesting. And we'll go to 8,800 on this one, so that leaves a little bit of space for byproduct. We are. Now, one of the industrial byproducts here is sulfur, so now I need to find my sulfur hub. That's sodium. Chromite. Where's... Copper. Counts. What? Oh, weird. Is acanthite T4? No, it's tier 3. But its byproduct is silver? Sorry, is sulfur. Wild. Okay, so you get 2 tier 3 ores out of this thing. Amazing. I hadn't noticed that. That's unfortunate, Tubes. Let it cool down. Often what'll happen, I find with the wireless chargers, is because there's always going to be a little bit of transfer resistance. One sec. Yeah, because there's always going to be a bit of transfer resistance. Direct charge is always going to work better and run cooler. So yeah, it could simply be the fact that you're doing a big power draw and charging constantly. The key chargers are really designed to charge a little bit for, you know, a little bit at a low draw. Hey Anubis, how you doing? All right, so I want my my sulfur transfer is going to feed here. So I can pull sulfur from these 2 locations now. That's nice. I am doing quite well. Just set up did a bit of a tour of the factory. Got the last assembly line for Tiny Factory switched over to the new layout. And did some calibrations. Was very happy to notice yesterday that I'm doing a fairly brisk business down on Mattis with my fuel depot. So I hadn't anticipated it being quite as popular as it is. Okay, we're low on carbon over here. All right, so then we're just going to turn this off and turn these back on. All right. Yeah, two places you will be able to buy fuel, actually, relatively soon. Actually, at my station. In fact, I'm going to go set those dispensers up. That is part of my project. How much time do I have left in the stream? 40 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go set those dispensers up now. Just ran into T2 for Lumi Glass. Yeah, okay, I hear you. Yeah, I see Hanky's got a want to buy up as well. What do I have? So what do I have in inventory right now? So, okay, not as much as I thought. Of course, I've been doing a lot of building lately, a lot of construction. So I'm not, yeah, okay, I'm not too surprised these numbers are lower than I expected. Did I unload the other ship? Yeah, sure I did. Yeah, I did. I remember doing it. Yeah, I got 100k chromite that I can afford to dispense of. I really do need to put in a purchase order for Garnerite, though. Usually, or the pure if I can find it, because I don't want Garnerite. I want nickel. But yeah, there we go. All right, so now I just need to. What's the large fuel tank? Do I have one in inventory right now? Large, yes, space fuel tank is 12,800 liters. Okay. So I would want to keep at least 12,800 liters in inventory. Okay, well I can figure that out. And then containers, please. A large contain. Okay, so a medium container is 64,000 liters. All right. Small is 8,000. All right. So, okay. Yeah, but the point is that I can do. I could sell enough fuel. If I have 3 M containers full of fuel, I can top off what, 4 large containers? 3 large, yeah. 4. No, it's more than that. It's almost 6 large, almost 5 large containers. That's enough fuel. So then, all right, so let's do that. It's gonna be the next thing I need to do. I'm gonna drop. Yeah. Okay, so then I'm gonna, okay, so let's do this way. So 8 3M containers. Because the other thing too is I don't want to be keeping a bunch of inventory that's not gonna actually sell, right? I'm out of M's? How the fuck did that happen? Weird, man. Alright, I just won't sell a Xeron initially. Okay, and to transfer, we'll need 4 transfer units. Oh, pooch. Okay, this is going to be a pain in the ass. Let me think about this. Okay, so the closest I would be able to get those containers is there. Okay. That's just gonna wind up being hubs then. Alright, that's how I'll do it. I'll do it with hubs. Alright, so now I need hub. Equip. So I'll put one of these here. One of these here. And we will go from hither to yon. Like so. And then these will dump to here. Okay, and this is going to be Nitron. Nitron storage. Okay, and then both of these plug in. Okay, I'm just gonna drag this over here. Go back. Now here, I want Nitron. Oops. G. Activate. Configuration. Production only. Why do I not have any Nitron? Oh, because this is okay. Got it. But that doesn't explain why I don't have any Nitron. Okay, it's just trying to catch up on Kurgon first and hasn't made the Nitron to replace it yet. Okay. Good to have more chemical... I think I've got 4 chemical plants down there, though. Like, there's enough room for it to be working on... Oh, it's just going to put all 4 of them on the job making Kurgan. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So that's just a timing trick, if you will. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do then is, so that I can see what the hell I'm doing, is wobble over here and throw 50 liters of nitron in here. Don't want it to, you know. We'll just do this for now, right? That way I can see the nitron to set the machine up over here. Right. Okay. Huh? Why? But wait, he said. What's going on here? Yes. What are you doing? Yes. Oh, because there's not enough fuel to transfer, it doesn't count. I'd have to have 100 liters in there. That feels super spiffy, doesn't it? Okay, that's fine. Nitron. There, nitron fuel. And our output bin right now is 89,000. For demo, I'm just going to move 1,100 initially. And I'll do the same thing with here. Right. And here I'll say 1,100 as well. There we go. Right. And now we do the same thing over here. So this is K3. What did I do? Rename. Rename. Okay. Okay. And then here, configuration, doable, K3. And again, we'll just say keep 1,100 in inventory for now. And keep 1,100 in inventory for now. Okay. So now I need to grab, so while that's churning, so you are going to go over here, and you are going to go over here as well. We will put those here. And people rarely look up. So we'll just glue them up here. All right. There we go. So that does that. And then over here, which is a different core, I will set up another pair of hubs up high that are essentially the same maps, right? We're gonna do this all, do it all again. Okay, so let's well, it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to put them over here for now, and then I'll worry about other things going there. So I'm going to grab from here to down there and over, like so. Control copy. Like so. Yep. And, do I want to do that? I went with more, yeah, I went like a meter there, so we'll do the same thing here. So that is going to be there. Actually, no. All right, let's get, yeah. Is there enough room there? I don't think there winds up enough room. I think that winds up a head whack if I put anything here. So, you know, it's going to wind up being here whether I want it or not. All right. Not the best answer, but fine. And we'll do this again. And there we go. We can do that. And there we are. Okay. Okay, so now I need some large glass. A little less than a half hour left in the stream, by the way, folks, pending subscriptions, raids, things like that. And then, yeah, we'll do that. That pop through. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? All right. Yeah, okay, that's as good as it gets. Fine. Like that. Okay, that's better. Okay. And then I need M4 containers, which I don't have. Ah! All right, well, let's get the dispensers dropped in place at least. I'm running out of dispensers too. So we'll put that back here. Yep, that goes there. And that's about even, more like that. And like that. And this is going to be nitron. What's a... Stop. Okay. No. Inventory. Fuel. Medium tank is 1,600 liters. Okay, so 2,000. So 3,600 liter batch. Okay, nitron 3,600. And then this. And then we go back here. And then a medium space fuel tank is 1,600 liters, which is 3,200. Wait. Did I just foo-foo? 1,600. That's 3,200, not... Yeah. There we go. So a batch will be 3,200 liters. And this is going to be Kurgan 3-3, 3,200 liter. There we go. Okay, I'll worry about hooking those up in a minute. Actually, let's just do this. I'm gonna 8 hub. Equip. G, rename, copy, rename. Rename, copy, and rename. Yeah. So that will go there when I yes, Aslan. Yep. Yep. Yeah, if if you don't tell it what your skills are, it can't figure out what you're doing. All right. Okay, we're out of pure silicon. Wow. Hmm. All right. Well, turn that back on. Come over here. Start. What have I got going on here? Oh no! Oh, you idiot! No, I did. I installed manager software on the customer board. Idiot. Construct. Oh, that's frustrating. Copy Lua. And that's the manager board there. Paste. Now we're gonna, okay. Bloody bark in hell. So copy manager, or sorry, copy the customer data from over here. Take care of yourselves, Tubes. Appreciate you hanging out. Paste config. There we go. Control L. Frustrated. Um. Okay, there we go. Copy that. Okay. We need two recyclers. I don't need recyclers actually. Well, we'll keep two anyway. 3 or 5, 3 smelters. That's all fine. Transfer units. Need 3. Need at least. Yeah, I would rather have 7. We'll say 8. Cargo. Do I have? No, I don't. I don't have. I've got container S, container M. Okay, those, yes, we'll keep those in the inventory. But I would like to always have at least 3 here. I would like to always have 3 of those, and I guess we're gonna add me. Oh, I are miffed. Go. Base container M, and let's just keep it. Do this, come up here, do that, go back there, do this. And we're going to keep at least 1 large container in inventory at all times. Copy. You never know when you might need one. There we are. Okay, so that's basic container. I need force field S. Let's turn this on. Get this chomping here for a second. I want to go look at something. What are you guys? You are force field S, so it's S and M force fields I want. The XSs are just always annoying. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Force field S. And then I want force field M. Copy. And I would like to keep 2 of those in inventory at all times as well, please. There we go. Then I need 3, 4, 5 container hubs, right? Five signs. And then container hubs, yeah. All right, well, fine. Hub. Oh, weird. Okay. Container hub. There we go. Should have had this. There we go. And yeah, I need 5 of those in inventory at all times. Okay. So apply. Let's turn that off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn that on. Okay, so it's going to start stomping those out. And then I need to keep a couple of dispensers in inventory at all times, right? Yep. All right. Well, dispenser M. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And that's going to be, I'll just say, keep 5 of these in inventory at all times. Okay, now let's grab all of this. Copy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it back on. Fine, be that way. We're going to create a new one of these, and this is Mattis Orbital ASUS, TF ASUS. There we go. And now I'm going to come up here and grab this, copy that, and hit save. And that, and type in Lua. And Lepuf is is the Lua file. And that way, I won't do that to myself again. Or at least not as badly. Okay. And I don't need... Yeah, I only need 1 honeycomb refinery. Change that here, and go back and change that down here. Oh. Here. And then, yeah, so I only need the one honeycomb. And that tidies that off. Okay. So, okay. So won't be able to start selling fuel out of here today because I need the containers. But that's okay. Yeah. Okay, Anubis, gonna launch a movie. I'm somewhere else with my thoughts today. Take care. All right, be well, Anubis. I hope you're doing all right. So we're batching off some steel. How's our refinery doing over here? Yeah, refinery's all caught up. All right, well, that's going to stop for a bit. We can turn this off and turn this back on so we can get some fuel being made. All righty. Oh, that's right. I need to fix that. That's not actually true anymore. Or, yeah, that's mythology, it turns out. I need to fix that. Okay. I'm really pleased. That's a good day's work. Guess I just need to get the Nitron content caught up. Oh. Okay. Well. Okay. So while that's stomping away, let's go sort something else out. Well, I've only got 5 minutes left in the stream. We're not gonna get started on that. That will be, well, today is Wednesday, so I guess Friday. Yeah. I am so pleased with the new machine. And yeah, so the problem with the streaming rig was the RAM, because having replaced the DIMMs, that's 3.5 hours without issue streaming. So, all right, fine. And 8 gigs of RAM versus 16 gigs of RAM didn't seem to fix it. Didn't seem to change anything in terms of performance. I'm still doing 60 FPS and 6 megabits. So yeah, 6100. So that's good. I'm pleased about that. It's hard to keep your audience engaged when the machine just dies on you periodically, and you know, it can be 5-6 minutes before I realize that, and then everyone's kind of sitting there wondering if I'm waiting, I'm going to come back, blah blah blah. So yeah. Yeah, sad RAM. It was I had a suspect module in there. It was marked with a piece of tape with a question mark on it, which with me means at some point I looked at it and thought, I don't know, George, and set it aside, but wasn't able to come up conclusively, right? Or I never went back and verified, so I put it in and immediately started having problems with it. So yeah, I know. I've got a dead 8 gig DIMM here. And it's DDR4, so practical use, of little practical use. No, it's not even DDR4, is it? It's DDR3. Yeah, it's a DDR3. So it's of limited practical use. I mean, maybe I'll make a neck chain out of it or something. I don't know. It's one of the G skills that's got the shaped aluminum heatsink on the top and stuff. But yeah. Yeah, like my gaming rig now is 32 gigs. 32 gigs DDR5. So because yeah, with particularly with flight sims can chew a tremendous amount of RAM. Just because the viewable map area. I am hoping that with the Blinky Blink. Oh, the 8 gigs will be in the because what is I have a gaming machine and an encoding machine, right? So I run the stream off the encoding machine. That's where I have OBS. I've got a little capture brick that intercepts output from my gaming machine's video card on the way to the monitor. Is how it does it. So the encoder machine is 8 gigs, but I also am going to want to run. I'm probably going to go full VTuber, the way that Friday Witch does. It's easier for me in terms of anxiety issues and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so the idea, and that involves running a couple of cameras, right, and then doing a lot of point processing. So we'll see. If 8 gigs is going to be enough for that. It's an i7, but it's a Coffee Lake, I think it is. So it's an earlier, it's a 10-year-old i7. Clearly still works just fine, right? CPU utilization's at 5%. So yeah. So clearly still working just fine, but. All right. So once I've started making Nitron again, and I have something to sell, then I will worry. Once I've basically got my first 1,000 liters that I can transfer over to my storage containers, then what I'm going to do is build the next set of S containers to block stuff into, and then I'll go from there. S or M containers, whatever it was, the M's I'm using for this, and that'll give me a good storehouse of fuel in advance, because it's a 6-7 core station that's parked by a warp beacon. There'll be a lot. If by the way, there's a warp beacon directly beside my station. It's the Mattis Transit Authority. It is an open beacon. If anyone wants to use it, just send me an invite for your org to join the MTA. I will accept you. And then yeah. But the idea is that I'm essentially going to be building a shopping mall here. Not Costco. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to be running a bunch of tiny factories over here and exporting the goods out to dispensers over here. And so this whole hallway, this is sort of the main docking arm, and then all the docking pylons will come off of this, right? So every once in a while, I'll be building something like that off the side of this, right? You can see there's a docking pylon down there, and so they'll be able to park 6 or 8 M-class ships down here, M's or S's without colliding, and then this whole central walkway, kind of like an airport, right, will all be kiosks with dispensers. Right? And that's the idea that I'm building. So yeah, first thing I need to do is get fuel and fuel and scrap being produced here. I don't think I'm going to bother with warp cells. I just don't see that. I can't make them for the price you can buy them. It would actually make more sense for me to buy them, pay someone for them to bring them here, and then resell them at a minor markup. I'd still make money that way. And it would be less irritating, right? But yeah. So, anyway, that's it for today, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary finder. Thank you very much, all of you, for hanging out with me. Do appreciate you. Let's see if there's anyone we can raid over to. Larkin's still playing or what? Oops, wrong button. What are you doing? Oops. Okay, I must have hit something there. Let's see here. Doo-dee-doo. Dismiss, live. Stream manager. Raid channel. Okay, who can we raid to? Yeah, Lars is up. Looks like... Yep, alright, we'll raid on over to Lars then. So take care of yourselves, friends. We will see you all again soon. As I say, next stream should be Friday. And we'll have some fun with that. And probably... I think... Yeah, it'll be doing some more work here, finishing a ship for somebody, and then working some more on expanding the industrial capability for the station here to start building out and filling in the mall a little bit more. That's, I think, where we'll go next. All right, so raiding we shall raid. Over to Lars. Do say hello when you get there. And yeah, hope to see you all in game. Bye-bye. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 reviewers, Raider viewers. Things, yes, that. Later.